This is Kaleng in Turkana North, 200 kilometers north of Lodwar town. It is one of those divisions severely affected by the famine. On this day, there was word that there would be government famine relief maize. Hunger-stricken people walked some from as far as 30 kilometers away to Kaleng shopping center. But the lorry that was ferrying the relief maize never got here until late evening. It broke down on the way.
I think government should also employ an approach of using small vehicles like Land Rovers, Land Cruisers, at least to take food to those who are suffering out from the areas which lorries cannot reach.
Even when the lorry does finally get here, each person present will be entitled to only a tinful of maize, just 500 grams until the next monthly ration.
What the government is distributing now is not actually enough to feed the 250,000 people.
We have been requesting, at least from government, about 12,000 bags of maize, 90 kgs per month.
World Vision Kenya has already responded to food appeals by supplying 7 metric tons of Unimix porridge for children under 5, while Doctors Without Frontiers Belgium has supplied 21 metric tons of high-protein biscuits. This is, however, too little for the entire district. But in the rough, dry and bumpy terrain in Kaleng lives an aging Irish Catholic priest. This is one man providing a much-needed lifeline to many locals. The local people of Kaleng are luckier than most of their other starving counterparts in other divisions in the district. A local Catholic priest, Father Robert McCabe, has undertaken a lawn feeding program, offering lunch and supper to over 480 people, most of them the elderly and young children, who were just in time for lunch. And standing on the queue appear to be delaying salvation for these young ones. They scrambled, fell and cried as each struggled for their share. Sadly though, Father McCabe is running out of supplies. And when we left Kaleng a few days ago, he told us he had only 2 weeks of stock, after which he hopes someone will come to his aid. On several occasions, he has used his own money to buy food just to keep the program running. But his cash is fast running out.
In the beginning, I wanted really to give it to those who are malnourished, and we had a list of those that were malnourished. But then more and more people came, and the feeding scheme became bigger and bigger, and our stock is getting very low now. So we're approaching a situation that we really need more food here.
Some of the people on Father McCabe's feeding program are already too malnourished to feed on solids. Ekuyen Merimug was too weak to go back home. Father McCabe feeds him on milk and biscuits. The government says no lives have been lost as a result of the famine, but local leaders maintain some may have succumbed to the hunger pangs. They, however, say it is hard to place a figure on the deaths.
It's very hard to get the exact numbers, but some of these old widows, you see, they're in great danger because nobody seems to care about them. Their husbands have died, and they're very old and they're very weak. So they're the ones that we have special pity for, and the little children.
It's very critical. I would call it an emergency state, because if people have started dying, in the last report we got from the Arid Lands program, we were told of 30 people who died around this area. So I would feel that is a threat.
We have not actually lost people.
There are reports that the little food that there is not reaching those who need it most because chiefs are either stealing it or giving it to their relatives and cronies. But one thing is certain, the people of Turkana need food aid and they need it urgently. Farida Karoney, KTN, Turkana.